Yeah, start things off almost immediately here. Cody on to Zummy Siddle. This is a best of 3 series to determine who goes to the throne, who goes back, I guess I should say, to the pool to determine who becomes the challenger and our next cash out after this. Our 3 maps, Nozomi, Fortune, and Bernal. 3 Amigos banned Fongway to start things off, and I believe picked this map, Cody.
Yeah, man, it is going to be a 3v3 of a lifetime here. I mean, there's so much stakes on the line. Excited to see these next maps as well. But 3 Amigos, I mean, look, already kind of making this approach on default one. The task manager's not too far by as well. I mean, both of these teams are kind of just circling around each other, looking for any sort of chance. And oh my gosh, they're so close to each other, Sam.
Nobody wanting to make that first move, but actually we see Busy on the minigun. I remember him kind of being the minigun guy when that gun released back in Season 6, and I've seen him pick it back up, and Slothy, I think, pick it back up over on KCP one other time here in Season 10 of the finals. Kind of crazy to see, and maybe is coming back in a specialized way in the mix, Cody.
Definitely bringing it back. Curious to see if it's going to be, you know, the thing that makes them win or the thing that makes them lose. I mean, we don't see too much minigun, I feel like, especially in the final round, but who knows? Task managers still really taking their sweet time, and so are 3 Amigos. Shots starting to ring out a little bit. It's not going to matter too much. I mean, like we said, both of these teams do not want to make the first approach, but as I say that, Busy throwing out the dome shield, the RPG as well. Task managers taking quite a lot of damage, and now that minigun starting to ring up, starting to fire. There's a lot of damage potential, and unfortunately, Jimbo getting caught in the midst. Down goes Sujay as well. The 2v2 for task managers barely clinging onto life. That mesh shield trying to block those shields, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, the mesh shield's just kind of stalling for the worst, unfortunately. I just maybe accept the fate. You know that minigun from Busy is going to be ripping through it. Yeah, 3 Amigos looking good there on the first fight. Going to go ahead and start to get this plug over.
Already starting to move it over. Really interesting heads-up play there from Busy using the minigun to drop the cash box down, and now they're going to turn around to its side. Not really too much you can do in this pool room, right, Sam? I mean, if you don't have winch, I mean, even with winch, it's not like you can, like, pad it out. It's going to take quite a lot of maneuvering to get that cash box anywhere that you want it to be. So you just have to drop it down and accept its fate. Task managers, though, starting to make their approach.
Yeah, and I mean, on top of that, 3 Amigos are positioned so well on height that, I mean, you really do just have to take this fight to them if you are task manager. You got to get them off the god height. Otherwise, yeah, you are just in the pit of doom trying to make that steal happen. So it's going to be on task managers to show, you know, a bit of hurry. And it's looking like instead Boo-Boo going to go ahead and try to make a steal happen. Here comes the minigun, Cody.
Oh my gosh, ripping through. Oh, I thought Boo-Boo was going to make it out, but no, Busy able to get that quick shot. And now he's flying through the other heavy as well. Down goes Jimbo. Not able to get the paddles, but it's not enough. Setting Boo-Boo up for another death. Task managers out of the fight again, and they are barely going to have any time. I mean, maybe not even have any time, depending on where they spawn. 3 Amigos gonna steal this box back, and they're gonna get it. Oh my gosh, that minigun save just ripping through. I mean, it feels like this might be the pick here. This was the choice to make. The dome shields, it doesn't matter how many you throw out, Busy just rips through them immediately.
Yeah, and on top of that, look at this. He's got a glitch barrel nearby as well, so he's going to try to shut that down and immediately get damage. Also running the lock bolt, which is kind of interesting up against the double HM. Sorry, out of task managers. Lock bolt, I guess it's not a bad idea. Makes people immobile, but typically I feel like you would want that more in like a double light comp. This is interesting. I mean, yeah, the minigun feels like a correct counter pick, and Busy's so good at his mechanics of, you know, E-hopping. We saw it there earlier while he was bringing in all that damage, and Stujay is going to find a pick on to Don. Unfortunate. Actually, Stujay will find the pick on the Jimbo as well, as that box does head over to the 3 Amigos, and Boo-Boo, I think, making it out with his life for now, but not with any trophies. Busy's got him in his sights. That minigun's whirring up. You can hear it echoing in the hallways, Cody.
Echoing indeed, but for task managers, I mean, oh, yeah, getting picked here. I don't know if that's... It should have just wiped earlier, I feel like. Trying to play your life there. You know, you either try to take yourself out with, like, an arena throwable or, you know, wait for the coin, but just continue to pick the fights and then getting wiped now. I mean, maybe it works out for them, actually, looking at the cash box setup. If they're lucky, they might spawn in between B and C. It really depends on how quick 3 Amigos can move as a unit over there. Yeah, they spawned out. Yeah, this didn't work out. It almost did. It almost worked out for them.
I mean, yeah, well, this spawn isn't the worst. They just got to make sure they don't get spotted by 3 Amigos, and as I say that, they do. Stujay bringing in a ton of damage, but the pad does come through out of Dawn to get Jimbo and Boo across the chasm, and the plug just now being started. And Dawn trying to climb up in this window to look and see if they can find some sort of damage with his repeater. Unfortunately, it does pop the Vanish Bomb. He is spotted. Boo finds the being picked onto Unfortunate, Cody.
I think this is huge for Task Managers, taking down Unfortunate, one of the lights of the 3 Amigos now. Great time to go for the steal, force the 3 Amigos out, and I don't think they're not gonna go for it. This is kind of the play for 3 Amigos. There's still a lot of time. You lost one, play for the coins, play for the statue maybe, but both Busy and Sujay need to be very careful to not stagger here, because this could be the end all be all. If you continue to stagger, it is over. You have to come back with numbers. It is so important.
Yeah, you're totally right. I mean, this is a pretty strong power position, and the call here to get Unfortunate back in. But look at this. This is something I keep seeing in America, so I'm really not sure if this is the right play. They know that Unfortunate coined in, right? But immediately start this engage. Luckily, they kind of backed up a little bit to let Unfortunate root back up, but we've seen this before where people engage and get punished while their teammate off the coin is still in route, and it absolutely shuts down that entire push. And it's basically like a maximum stall. And speaking of which, Scooty going down immediately to Boo. Down goes Busy as well. Unfortunate. Last one for the 3 Amigos, and it looks like, Cody, this box might be headed over to Task Managers.
Yeah, 20 seconds left on the clock for the respawn of 3 Amigos. There's not really a lot of time left on this box. We are absolutely going to box 3. The Task Managers, like you said, I mean, really playing well here. 3 Amigos, like, they made that approach. They didn't, it's just a hard approach in general. I mean, you have to climb up that that ledge, and especially when you're on minigun, interrupts your spin. So also kind of a big problem there. You can't really have any sustain. If I'm Busy in 3 Amigos, maybe we try to play for a drop with the double heavy, right? That's also just a tough spot. I mean, what do you think? I don't know. What is there some sort of thing they could have done? I feel like the drop wasn't a good idea. Going up the ledge wasn't a good idea. It felt like Task Managers kind of just had it locked.
No, you're totally right. It's just a tough push going up through that window, especially with the mantle, especially when you do have the minigun on Busy, who's also running mesh. I mean, it's just kind of free farm as you're trying to climb up there. The drop, again, you mentioned it, Jimbo on the winch. Boo does have mesh as well. We know that they've got double domes, and I don't think, I could be wrong, 3 Amigos, I'm not even sure how to glitch grenade with them.
I was going to say that.
I don't even know if they can shut that down. Stujay, yeah, Stujay's on Vanish. I'm curious if Unfortunate has glitch. Or sorry, Stujay does have glitch. I'm sorry. I see it in the bottom right.
Wait, so he has glitch, then he absolutely, if they are good enough to just throw both glitches on a drop, that might actually be crazy. You have Stujay like sit off to the side, throw in both glitches, have Busy just try to hold out with the minigun, try to stay alive because it's double heavy jumping on you. But if you get 2 really placed glitches on the drop, they might have actually had a chance there. I don't think glitch was the right choice regardless, though. Task Managers starting to make their approach, though. They have to go through them, right? 3 Amigos literally has to go through Task Managers. They are sitting in a perfect spot to just contest this.
I mean, 3 Amigos have put Task Managers in a reverse position, right? Task Managers now have to push into the heavy with the minigun that is Busy, taking a bit of damage. It looks like he actually gave up that position, and I think that's Unfortunate up there by himself, just kind of hanging out on the flank angle to look and see if Task Managers make a move. But as it stands right now, 3 Amigos could stand here for an entire 11.5 minutes and win this map. It is on Task Managers to make a push to get this vault out from under 3 Amigos that they currently built for themselves here at Via.
Yeah, especially because, I mean, Task Manager's right. You're double heavy. All you have is pad. So unless you angle pad, it's going to be really tough, which I don't even think you can get a good angle pad in this situation. They're just going to have to rush them. I mean, maybe you throw the dome down, which they're trying to do, but look, 3 Amigos are just sitting pretty up here, and they still have no chance. Both heavies have gone in. Dawn really far away from both heavies. I'm not sure what the plan is here, but this is 3 Amigos' time to pounce, and I think that's exactly what's happening. Busy with the minigun, able to take down Boo. Jimbo barely clinging on to life, and look how far away Dawn is from the rest of the team. They have split this team apart entirely. They are 50 meters away from each other. Dawn has no way to paddle, no way to do nothing.
Yeah, this is a tough situation for Task Managers, right? Because now they don't have a light. They have no way to gateway or make it across safely here. They basically have to face tank anything in order to push Vault 3. That, again, is just kind of being camped underneath that world pad there at Via, and Jimbo does make it across, starts to put in some damage. I think he's kind of gone unchecked a little bit, is now trying to disengage with his life. The chase is in for 3 Amigos, but Jimbo looking like he made it out, at least for now, Cody.
Task Task Managers, I feel like, have kind of gotten away with this for free. Three Amigos, I feel like, had so much pressure, so much momentum, and they kind of just let Task Managers reset, which is a little crazy to me. But I guess, you know, sometimes it happens in the means of the chaos. You kind of get a little confused on where everyone is, so I can kind of get that it happens. Man, Three Amigos have such a good spot. The red barrel, though, and now Snujay taking down Don. Your medium being out here with the double heavy is so important of a pick. I mean, that is the best value pick you can get in this situation. Jimbo and Boo are going to have to try to either wait for the coin or get the hand rush, which is going to probably be impossible. Three Amigos starting to move this vault, which is also huge. Busy, able to start slamming into Jimbo with this minigun. He's floundering left and right. He's like, someone take me out of here.
Get me out of this blender. Yeah, Three Amigos, I mean, are going to take this opportunity to try to move the ball, but it looks like they're actually just going to turn around as the reset came in from Dawn. They don't want to let those battles connect onto Jimbo, and Boo Boo is going to go down. Dawn going to find one on the Snujay, though. Maya, unfortunate in his sights as well, as Busy starts to close in. That minigun whirring up, bringing Dawn to about half health. Goo Grenade's going to go out. The disengage trying to come through. He makes it out with 30 health. I mean, if you're Three Amigos, this is the time. Move Vault 3. Let's get the show on the road and get the plug in.
Yeah, especially because, like, your Task Managers, right? Like, also, why didn't Don wipe? I mean, I don't know. I get the time is really tough here, but, like, the coins, I don't know. I feel like maybe a wipe might have even been better there in this position. You're already waiting so long. Three Amigos are going to get the plug anyways. They're going to get set up. I mean, I guess maybe the approach, they don't know where you're coming from now. They can't spawn block you. Task Managers starting to make their approach. And again, look how split they are. I feel like this might be Three Amigos' chance to shine once more. Task Managers continue to get split. Busy coming with the dome. Boo Boo trying to stay alive, and now they're all grouping up, but they don't have a ton of health. And that minigun's going to come in and fry. Down goes Boo Boo. Down goes Don. Jimbo, the last one up, able to get a bit onto. Unfortunate, but Busy with that minigun, spinning it up. Takes down Task Managers once again.
You said it perfectly. Task Managers just were in that very split from the start, and Busy took advantage of that. Dropped in with the minigun, let that thing sing, and it just spelled disaster for Task Managers. And now everything is in control of Three Amigos. They can control spawns a bit here. Obviously, this is a lot of God height with really strong sight lines and angles for Three Amigos. Task Managers are going to have their work cut out for them. I mean, they got to make it across these triangle pads. Again, no gateway because no light on the side of Task Managers. So making this cross is I mean, just going to be really hard for them. The lock bolt does go out. It is going to connect just a second early. I believe Biz is trying to catch them off the map. We saw the Coop dropping underneath as well, but everybody's in the blender. Boo Boo taking a ton of damage at 93R from Unfortunate singing, and it's going to be Snujay's elbow that finds the wipe for Task Managers, Cody.
What a masterclass. I mean, it feels like Task Managers are just getting diffed every step of the way solely because they have no glitch, no way to deal with the lock bolt or much of anything that's coming their way. I mean, it's so tough. If you're Task Managers, when you're running double heavy medium especially, your entire comp runs around having the box and trying to keep it. So when you're going against this, aggro team that's getting it before you, you have no way to push. And look at the lock bolt again to keep him blocking through on the flank, just ringing in damage. There's no time left. It's Three Amigos, Sam.
Yeah, Three Amigos taking map 1. Again, this is a best of 3 series, so we do have another one that Three Amigos will need to topple in order to get themselves a seat on the throne and wait for their next challenger. It will be Fortune Stadium, but overall, really dominant performance there out of Three Amigos. It looked a little shaky. We talked about the kind of climb up through the window and how they got punished a bit, but they figured out Task Managers and really, again, just did not show any kind of rush to get anything. The hesitancy was there. Again, Busy with the lock bolt. We saw the value it provided. Again, I was a little questionable on it. I was, like, why are we bringing a lock bolt into a double heavy medium comp? But I guess that's why it works out great on the Zoe Citadel.
With you, Sam. I'm gonna be honest. When you talked about the lock bolt, I immediately saw the vision. Just because, they're two heavies and a medium. They have no way to move, no way to glitch it. I mean, if you are able to land it, especially when it feels like Task Managers were throwing out their domes pretty just. They weren't really holding it much. Yeah. So it's kind of a free grab. It's a free time waster. I mean, especially if they're trying to make a push, which a lot of the time they don't want to waste the dome on the actual approach. They want to get it once they're in the fight. Right. It's such a free move. I mean, if you're Task Managers here, though, you absolutely need to change something up. I mean, maybe depending on, the next map, right? Which, if remind me what map we're going to.
We're going to Fortune.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't
think
really
you need a
spell it
light.
much. Yeah, I think it's going to be also another tough spot. I mean, if you're task managers, I don't think you run with what you have currently. You are
No.
just straight up getting counterpicked so hard, which
Oh,
is
you
so
are.
funny because we like in the finals, like we've talked about, like metas and stuff, but this is the first time where I've really looked at a team and be like, they're just straight up getting counterpicked. Like this is straight up like you need to pick somebody else. You need to straight up do an Overwatch mid game swap. Like you need to change up the comp, man. The comp is spelling out your disaster. Like it's just a disaster. It needs a change. So I mean, if your task manager is saying, well, what are you thinking? What do we change here?
You
Double
need a
heavies for
light.
sure, right?
I
Yeah,
think you need a
you
light.
need the
Yeah,
gateway.
we either swap the medium to a light or one of the heavies over to the light, go HML. Because, I mean, we're talking about Fortune Stadium. We just saw how punishing Busy was with that lock bolt and minigun on the triangle pads on his Zombie Citadel. For Fortune Stadium, I mean, it still exists as well between, I mean, obviously the offices or Big Blue, as you like to call it, right? Same with
Yeah.
Hospital.
Wait,
You got to make that cross successfully.
we just got a call that Busy is going Shack Winch, which will be it could
I
be
mean,
I don't know actually. This is kind of an interesting pick. It seems like they're getting more aggressive. And we have also heard that I think task managers are going HML. So what an interesting change. I mean, this is going to be interesting.
yeah, HML on the side of task managers. This is the right call. Dawn on the cloak.
We
Believe they're going to have the gateway as well, which is going to go absolutely massive. Boo Boo on mesh again. I mean, previous TGM 25 competitor. Every time Boo Boo is on a squad, I watch that team just have insane amounts of leadership, and it feels like out of I saw him at Ice Games, and it was the same way. As soon as he joined a roster, that team just had a different level of organization and adaptability to comms, and I feel like that's going to be the case here as well. But Busy finding the opening on the Dawn with that RPG, Cody, and looking to find more.
Three Amigos just already starting this fight out so well. Task managers being kind of held at bay once again and losing the light, which is really unfortunate as well. I'm not too sure if I agree with the cloak. I mean, when you're running double light on the other team, I feel like the cloak is almost kind of spelling out your disaster because those lights are going to move together. You need the movement of dash. I think they're just going to kind of pounce on you with the cloak. They're going to figure out where you're at. I get the idea. Maybe you try to get a cheeky angle, pick off one of the lights, but I feel like the other light's just going to come by immediately and clean you up because you have no way out. So I don't know. It's a little tough here. I think task managers has the right idea. Don't know if the execution is perfect, but we'll have to see. There's still a lot of time left in this match.
I was going to say, this is the first time task managers have left in Gmo. They've been there the entire map so far, just kind of being held, and now the fight is going in. Jimbo taking a ton of damage early on from Busy. Stujay actually taking a ton of returning fire as well, but looks like he's got Jimbo in his sights. Unfortunately, went one level deep and was not able to follow that up, so Dawn and Jimbo both looking like their natural regions will come through. Task managers now on a full reset, and it looks like they do make the cross. They take advantage of this. This could be a positional nightmare for Three Amigos, Cody.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the means to potentially end here for Three Amigos. Task managers going for the steal, and Three Amigos are quite far away. They are able to get an interrupt, though, but again, task managers kind of looking split here in the winch from Busy, but hold on, Google coming out of nowhere and cleaning it up, and the RPG as well on Stujay. Now, Three Amigos really on the back foot here. I mean, task managers kind of turned this around. I felt like they were so split, it felt like they had no way to each other, but man, they corrected that quick. I'm sure they heard the call, guys, we're split, we got to regroup, and that was the perfect timing for task managers.
The only thing is Jimbo is in low HP, and Dawn has just gone down as well, and unfortunately, it's got him in his sights. That's the medium gun. Now it's just Boo Boo. The flip was coming through. It was successful, but it's been Three Amigos on the retake. They managed to get a body up and just flip that entirely around, Cody.
We talked about it before, right? I mean, those two lights, Stujay and Unfortunate, are going to move as a unit, and that's exactly what we saw there. I mean, literally a masterclass on how to play double light. All of them were maneuvering, making sure they were getting flank angles, splitting attention, right? Okay, you're looking at one line, I am behind you, hitting the shots as well. There is no chance you're going to win this. Every 1v1 immediately becomes a 2v1. And I mean, Three Amigos are just playing this perfectly. Task managers need to try to group together, but it's so tough when you have incredible lights like Stujay and Unfortunate. Already, like I said it, getting another pick. Down goes Dawn. Stujay barely clinging on to life, but down goes Jimbo as well. Boo Boo, the last one for task managers with no chance just about the winch, taking him out the fight. And I mean, I'm saying it again, right, Tim? Three Amigos are just maneuvering perfectly.
Yeah, Three Amigos, I have pretty much played perfectly for a lot of this match, with the exception of Task Managers making the cross over there and finding Busy early on that first cash out. But since then, I mean, have really dialed in, and it feels like they are absolutely in control of kind of every situation. These fights are getting a lot shorter. And overall, yeah, just map positioning is in their favor. Unfortunately, the vault is not going to get plugged as the cash out does get winched out. That guy will not make it to the PVA Tour, unfortunately.
Yeah, PVA Tour going to have to go for next season. It's all right. Task Managers kind of make their approach right, but interesting approach for 3 Amigos to not play drop. I feel like when you're running double light, like that's especially useful because you have the gateways to reset. But I guess I get it as well. Just dropping it gives Task Managers no chance, but they're not getting winch, so I don't think you have to worry about them winching it anywhere if it drops. I feel like it's easy to stall, but I'm not too sure. It seems to be working out regardless of what 3 Amigos do. They are just continuously dominating. Down goes Boo Boo. Busy getting an incredible pick there. Not having a heavy here on the side of Task Managers really shuts down the whole push, and Jimbo not able to stay alive either. There goes your medium. Dawn either has to retreat or go for the white because there is not a lot of time left, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Task Managers, you got to get a move on. You got to try to find a reset, and it looks like, unfortunately, that reset's going to be coming in the form of coins. 15 seconds remaining on that coin for Jimbo. That's going to burn a lot of this timer down, and on top of that, that's just allowing 3 Amigos to either A, reposition themselves for success for this final push out of Task Managers, or B, even scope out and try to find maybe an early pick. If Stu-J are unfortunate, get on recon and just try to find somebody, like spotting Don up here on the balcony. This could be disastrous for Task Managers.
You're absolutely right. I mean, Task Managers really are on the back foot here, and with time starting to ring down, they need to go quick, and no winch as well to winch it in, maybe goo off the angle. Like, there's just not a lot of chances. They have to go for the direct steal, and that mesh is going to get shut off line immediately because you have 2 lights. They're just going to immediately jump in. The glitch is going to come as well. Boo Boo has a chance here to take down the light, though. Unfortunately, is able to make it out, and they lose Dawn in the process. Now, Busy goes down as well. Boo Boo, the last one on the side of Task Managers, needs to make something happen quick. The crowd is counting down. Down goes Boo Boo. It's 3 Amigos, 2-0.
Yeah, 3 Amigos, I mean, looked so strong in that match, and they will be taking the throne as our first team here for Crest League will be our first throne holder. So, without further ado, I think it's time for our desk to help break down a bit of that action and to set up for what's next. Fellas,